Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Lulua Tech Designs, and I'm your boy Lulua Mark. Today I want to show you, or I want to teach you how to use the wall tool in Revit. And for me, I'm going to use Revit 2026, but of course, if you have a lower version, you can still use the same. The procedures are all the same. And going straight to Revit, as a bonus, I'll show you how to start up a new project in Revit. So when you have opened your software like this, you come to this new button here. You click on the new. You should be able to see templates here. When you click on this drop down, there are other versions that will give you architectural template and all those other templates, structural and all those here. You selected the architectural template and then you click OK to start the project. But if you can't see them here, you go to this browse, you browse it, and then you come to the preview, this preview button here. You click on it, it will open these different countries, names of countries. And then you click on English, that is double clicking. Then you select this default metric. Should be able to generate for you an interface or a preview like this, showing the 4 elevation sides. And then here you can simply click open, then you click OK. You see the default metric will appear here. You can click OK, and then it will open for you the Revit interface. So let's wait for it to load. Revit is a very heavy software. If your computer is not powerful, it may always lag the way mine is. But of course, as long as it can produce for us the work we want to produce, then there's no problem. So it's still taking some bit of time here. It's almost there. We're almost there. Now here is the interface. Mine is already set up. I have my properties on my left, then the project browser on my right. So we want to learn how to use the wall tool. If you want to use the wall tool, you come to architecture, you come to this wall. It is always the first. Most of the Revit software's wall is the first tool here in the architectural menu. So when you click on this drop down, you should be able to see the different types of walls. There's wall architectural, there's wall structural, there's wall by face. We're interested in wall architectural. When I click on wall architectural, it will open the wall tool and your cursor will turn from the previous shape to this plus sign. That means it is ready to start drawing. When you draw like this, you'll be able to draw your wall. Now if I cancel or escape, you see it has drawn wall here. When we go to 3D, it is this one here. You see this house here, up here, that is a 3D default view. When you click on it, it will be able to show you what you have done in a 3D. So this is the wall we have just drawn. Now it is appearing in black and white, because if you come down here to this visual style, it's I think it will be uh, hidden lines. I guess these are hidden lines. Now when we set it to shaded, it will show you the wall in this color. This is the default color Revit always gives, but of course you can change this color, and that's what we are going to learn as we learn every bit of wall details in Revit. Now this is default wall. When we come to our ground level, or this level where we drew the wall from, you see when I click on this one wall, it will show you this is a default wall. But how do you create your own custom wall? Because not all walls are the same. That means, for example, if I click on this drop down, I'll be able to see all different walls. We have walls, there's cavity wall, we have interior, we have curtain wall, we have exterior glazing, we have storefront. All these walls, I think we shall understand a few of them. Like the cavity wall, I think we shall do the basic wall, we shall do its setting, we shall do curtain wall, exterior glazing, and storefront. Those are the major walls that you find people always using. So now, if you want to create a custom wall, for now, let me just delete these ones like that. So you come to wall, architectural wall, then you go to this edit type, click on this edit type. It will pop up this menu. This is the type properties. So when you want to create anything, it will have its properties. So these type properties for the wall can be edited. The first thing you do is to duplicate it. Click on duplicate. Here you can rename it anything you want. Let's say main wall. That's what I always prefer. If you take all my tutorials, I think I name mine as main wall. So this millimeter, this 200 millimeter is not really necessary here, but I always love to put it there because it can guide you when you are checking through the list. For example, if you have created so many walls, you can easily know their thickness, and it can guide you easily. So now I can just click OK here, and after this is just the type. We have renamed the type or duplicated the type. Now we're going to edit the structure. You edit the structure with this button here. You click on edit. It will show you this edit assembly. So in the edit assembly, there's this exterior side and the interior side. This means a wall has two faces. There's the interior face and also the exterior face. Now you can edit from the structure to the interior and exterior faces. What we can do right now, we only have structure. You ignore these core boundaries. These ones are default. You can't delete them. You can't really do much with them. But this structure, which is inside here, you can do everything you want with it. So we have these buttons that say insert, duplicate, delete, up and down. They are going to help us to create new uh, components or sides of the wall. The first one, we need to create an exterior side of the wall and the interior side of the wall. So I can simply click on insert. It will insert another structure. Now we have two. I'll click insert again. It will insert another structure. So I'm going to change these structures, these new structures that I created that are having thickness of 0, 0 to finishes, just wall finishes. So you click here at the functionality column, click here, you come to finish one, you also click here, you go to finish two. Now finish two, we can bring it down below this structure that is having thickness of 200. You can do that by using the down button. You just click like that. Now it will have our structure. The main structure will be in the middle. Then these two sides are the finishes, where of course a wall has the sides or the faces where they do plaster and painting. Now here change you can change a lot of things. First of all, we have materials. You can change the materials, you can change the thickness from these columns. First, we want to change the thickness. Most times for me, I create my wall at 200 millimeters because when you're using the common brick, that's mostly what we get. It contains a structure of around 180 millimeters. Then the finishes on both sides can be 10 millimeters and 10 millimeters. 10 millimeter constitutes plaster and paint. And then the 180 is basically the main brick structure. The brick structure that has no plaster and the paint. That is the structure inside. So now we have assigned thickness. We can come to material. You just click around here. You see these three dots. It will open. Let's wait for it to open. It will open for you the material browser. Now this interface is called material browser. Here you can create your custom material with the materials they have in place. For you to create a custom material, you need to come to this create button here. It's a round circle or a circle with a plus sign. You click on the drop down. It will show you these options, but we want to create a new material. By clicking that, it will create a default new material. You just right click on it, and then you rename it the way you want. For example, let's say we're creating let's say red material, just red color, a weird color anyway, that will be able to pop up. Now you're going to see something here. In case you want to adjust this, you can actually adjust it like this. Just there, you drag from all sides. Now what I want to show you is, you remember when we went to 3D, the first, if I come to graphics, the color that we saw, that I told you is the default color, is this graphics color. This graphics color is by default this gray with the RGB 120 120 all over. So it's given by Revit. Now if you want your design to be seen in shaded, and you want the shaded to show the real color of your design, you come and change it from this graphics like that. Let's say we are going with the red a little bit like that. So this one is just for viewing in shaded format. But of course, if you select this use render appearance, this means it will take the color that you will assign during rendering. For example, if you take the design to Lumion. Now for you to get the materials, you come to this appearance, you click on the appearance, and from the appearance you come to this this replaces asset button here. It will open the asset browser just like that. I can bring mine this side. This is called asset browser. It will show you all the assets, all the materials you need for your design. Now I can simply search for any kind of material I want. For example, if I want let's say I want a wall with the finish of wood. Let's look for wood finish. You can design a wall, you use a wood paint or a wood finish for it. So it will generate for you all these materials, but we're interested in this appearance library. We have concrete, and then we have default finish, all these materials you can use. But I am interested in let's say this wood panels. We have a lot of wood materials here. There's flooring, there's site work, we have roofing, siding, paint, all these. You see, these are all options that you can select. So let's just select. If you want to select the material, you come to, when you highlight on it, it will generate this small button here. When you click on it, it should be able to show you here an interface of how the material looks like, so that you can make decision either to go with it or to look for another one. example, if I want to look for another one, let's assume I want this, I can simply close this asset browser, then I come to the material browser, I'll click apply, I'll say okay. Then when you see here, our first finish is now the red color that we selected. You can do the same for the structure and also the second finish. Now in the structure, you can click, then the same thing, you drop down, you click on create new material, and then you right click, rename it. You can say main structure, let's maybe main structure, just like that. And then I'll ignore the graphics because this is just the superstructure that will be covered by plasters and paints, so it will not be shown. You can't see it unless if you remove the plaster and the paints. So I will come to appearance. I will click on this button that will take us to asset browser. In the asset browser, I can search for, let's say, brick, just because the house should be built with the brick, because we gave it a thickness of 200. So these are different kinds of bricks, but the brick we're looking for, when we come to appearance library, let's look for this masonry. We should be able to see common brick, which is here. This is the common brick. You click there, you will be able to see that this is the brick you have always seen people use to build houses. So I will close the asset browser, I will click apply in the material browser, then okay. Here you see the structure is main structure, then the first finish is red or red color. So we're left with the one more, which is the finish number 2 on the interior side of the wall. So you click on this material. We shall also create new material from here, then rename it to, let's give it a different color. Let's say something a little bit yellowish. Let's just say brown color, something like that. Then in the graphics, let's look for something brown. I don't know if this is brown, but I'll go with that. It should be yellow, I guess. Then in the appearance, we shall open the asset browser from here. Then here we look for paint. I'm going to look for paint, just like that. Then we're looking for this wall paint in the appearance library, wall paint, and I think I've got what I want. We have this canary. You select it, and I'll close the asset browser. In the material browser, I'll apply, then I'll select OK. Now you see our materials have all been assigned from the finished one to the structure to the finished 2. So now here when we click OK, it will bring us back to this type properties, and when you look through actual up here, it will show you that the wall has been created. Among these walls, it's now part of the family of walls that you have for this project you are going to have. Now here you can just click on apply, then OK. Now you are ready to start designing or drawing your wall. Now I can just create a wall. You have these options. There's this line tool. You can use the line tool. Line tool is basically this. It can keep drawing until you are tired. When you are tired, you can double click, it will stop drawing. Or you can use this rectangle tool to draw a wall that is like that. Of course, you need to click on the escape key several times on your keyboard so that your mouse can do something else. Then of course, still in the wall tool, you can use all these options can actually work. You can even create a circular wall just like this, just like that. I can create an even shape, let's say like that, semicircle, and then something like that maybe. Then I can just cancel here, cancel there, back to wall. Then we can really draw anything. All these options do work. Now let's try and see what we have done in 3D. Just come to this house here, default 3D view, you click on it. You should be able to see all the different walls you created. You see, this is the first one we created, and here when you look at the colors, these colors are the colors we gave at let's say graphics. At the graphics tab, these are the colors from the graphics tab. These are not realistic colors. If you want to see the real colors that you gave this, you come to this visual style, you look for realistic, click on realistic. But the problem with it is heavy. It will make your work really heavy. If your computer is not strong enough, it's not advisable to use the realistic, unless if you want to just preview your work. Now these are the realistic material colors that we assigned this. You see the red and the brown colors that we gave. For brown, actually we did give a yellow instead of what? Instead of brown. Now if you look inside here, you'll see the gray in the superstructure because we left it at default. So I'll go to visual style and change it to shaded because I don't want my computer to complain so much. So this is what you can do with the wall tool. Now if I want to change the colors, if I want to simply paint these colors from here, I can simply come to modify. You go to modify, then there's this paint tool. The shortcut is PT. When you just write PT on your keyboard, it should be able to generate for you this paint menu. So when I click on it, it will bring for us the material browser, where we can be able to choose all the materials we want. For example, if I want a copper color, I just click on it and then I paint it on the wall, just like that. It will change the colors of the wall. You see that? Now if I say I want this wood color, I just paint. You see that? This is actually the red color we created. So this is how you can simply paint on the walls using the paint tool. You don't need to hassle really so much. Just a matter of picking the paint and you put it on the wall. So that is how quick it can do for you painting. Let me close that. And then what else do we want to know? I remember I talked of showing. I want to show you how to also change this wood, let's say the brick wall, to let's say a curtain wall. Now for example, let's use this one here. Now if I just want to change this to a curtain wall, I can come to this there's this button here. It says temporary hide stroke isolate. You go to isolate, then from here you come to the wall. You simply go down and you select curtain wall. That is it. It will change this to a curtain wall. This is no longer a brick wall. Now if you want to get the grids of the curtain wall, you just come to architecture, you go to curtain grid, then you can create your grids just like that. You can create grids the way you want. Let me first delete that. Just like that. Then if you want this grid to have mullions, you come to architecture, you go to mullion, you come to this all grids, then you just click on the grid. It will place all the mullions. If you come back to this temporary hide stroke isolate, you reset, it will show you your curtain grid. Now you see this wall is no longer uh, it's no longer a brick wall. This is now a curtain wall. You can also use other ways. Instead of curtain wall, you can also do storefront. You can do let me see other options that we have. There seems my battery. Okay, you just select that, you come to this temporary hide, you isolate it. Then if I change it to, there is exterior glazing, this is basically also glass. When I click on that, it will change this to exterior glazing with all the curtain grids. So when I just come and reset, you see now it is no longer brick wall. This is now exterior glazing. So I think that will work for the glasses, because even the storefront basically gives you almost the same thing. It's only the curtain grid that will help you, or it's where you manually do these things. For example, you create the grids, you can change, you can delete these grids, and of course, if you want to know or learn curtain grids deeper, I have a video on it in this channel. You can check it out, and you'll be able to understand how to play around with the curtain walls. What else do we have to learn about the wall? I believe with this you should be able to create walls the way you want. Now in Revit, if you want to extend this wall to this side, you can simply come to, of course, modify has all these tools. Then I can simply go to this. You use this trim. There's the first trim that says trim / extend to corner. Then there's a trim extend single element. Then there's trim which extends multiple elements. Now let's try and use the first trim, that is trim to extend to corner. You just click on it. You click on one wall, you extend it to this one. It can only work if one is horizontal and the other one is vertical. So you click there, it will extend this. And then if I want to use the next trim, I can use this. I'll just click this. I'll say I want this wall to go here, but I'll first click here, then I'll select this. You see that it will bring it like this. If you had used this first trim, it was going to chop off this part here, but because I used this one, it only extends this one to that part that I touched, so it will not trim off this side. And then it almost works the same as this last one, but of course the last one you do the same thing, but you can do it for multiple elements at the same time. So that is what the trim can do. Now if you want to measure, maybe we can also see that. If you want to measure, let me first escape. You come to this align dimension tool. You can simply measure from one point to the other. Now by default it will always select the center lines of the wall, but it's advisable for you to always measure the wall faces, because for example, if I said I've designed for you a room of 4 by 4 and I am using the wall center lines, you realize the room will actually not be 4 by 4. It will take off some 200 millimeters off, because the 200 millimeters is wall thickness, which will be considered in your measurement. So it's always advisable you measure the wall faces. How do you do that? You can simply come to, after selecting a line dimension, you come to this tool that says prefer. For 2026 it is shows from the right side. I think in the previous versions like 2024 it is around here, but nevertheless they all do the same thing. So you just click on this drop down and then you select wall faces. There's center of core, there's faces of core. And then we're interested in wall faces. So now here it will detect the wall faces only. You see here. So I can click here, then when I bring it in the middle and click, it will place this align dimension here with the measurement of this space that we have here. So this is how you can measure between different walls or between two walls. That's how you can measure. I think we have learned how to set up the wall, from the material thickness and how to draw it, changing the brick wall to curtain wall to curtain exterior glazing. Then we have learned how to measure between walls. We learned how to create different shapes of walls. What else do we really need to learn about the wall? I believe we have really exhausted almost everything that we need to know about a wall in Revit. So with this you can be able to do any design in a wall. Now I can for example, now I can change this to this. I can change this part to a semicircle without drawing a new wall. I'll simply, let me first go to wall tool, just like that. Then I can use I think this last option, that is fillet arc. It will connect two sides. For example, if I select this and this, I should be able to change it to a shape like that. You see that? Let me do again. Let me just Control Z. You can use this. It is called fillet arc. It rounds a corner created by two intersecting lines. So I'll simply click on one corner and the other one. You see what it does? It will change it from that sharp corner to a circular corner. So that's how you can play around with these shapes. If you come to our 3D, we should be able to see something here. You see that part there has been changed from that sharp corner to something circular. So that's how you can play around with this wall tool. So I believe this will do it for us. And the next time we come back again, we should learn something else other than wall. Probably maybe how to create a slab, how to change the material, on all those stuffs. So yeah, that is it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have learned something, please, you can share this with your friends. That's if you have already subscribed. But if you have not, please start by subscribing, then share it. You can also comment and give us a thumb up so that we can create more videos for you. So this will be it for today, and I really promise to see you again in the next one. Thank you.